Okay, welcome to my Battlefield analysis video. We're going to be looking into the trailer for the latest premium trailer for Battlefield 4. Now, first of all, it shows off some things in the final DLC, which they're calling Final Push. The interesting thing here is that throughout all the DLCs in the game, you've been pushing harder and harder, and if you pay another $15 or buy premium, you'll be able to complete that push, the final push. The big idea behind this one is that the three sides in this, China, America, and Russia, have all been pushing and pushing for victory, and finally they will meet at one center and all fight it out in Western Europe. Will be their middle ground for a war. People are comparing it to the new Elder Scrolls Online, where you know how three factions come together and fight it out for one mainland. People are worried about the natives to Western Europe being a problem. I don't think it's gonna affect much. I mean, it's pretty much just America, China, and Russia. So, let's get started on this trailer and see if we can get any more news on that. All right, now first off, we have blood and gore making a return. Back in Battlefield 3 days, there was a lot of controversy over which would be in it, blood or gore. Like you had your blood people and your gore people, and people just couldn't decide which they wanted more. Now I've always thought, is not in blood, not included in gore. I mean, you can't really have flesh without the blood. But apparently some games have done it where they have organs falling out and not a bit of blood on them. So in Battlefield 4, they're continuing the trend of including both blood and gore, which is something I really proud of them for doing. Intense violence will be back. We saw him first in Battlefield 2, I believe it was. God, you cannot get better than intense violence. Many games have tried to play it off with violence, but DICE, they are overachievers when it comes to that. There's no violence like intense violence. You have one game, you have a guy punching a guy. Battlefield 4, you have that guy punching back. Now, strong language, I don't know, working out or something. Alright, first shot of the gameplay of the new Battlefield 4 Premium. Let's take a look at what we have here. The sun will be in the game. Now, the question is this the son of the main protagonist of this game? We will find out on EA's E3 booth. First of all, China Rising. Remember when that came out? All the maps kind of sucked. It will be making a return to Battlefield 4 Premium. I want to point something out here. If you take a closer look at this top left corner, you will see, in fact, an airplane. Moving on, we have another Second Assault logo. There's an interesting thing about this. Battlefield 4 has been trying to play it off like they created some brand new maps. 4 new maps, Battlefield 4. That's why they called it that, I guess. But I want to point out something. If you look very closely right here, you see that light? That is Battlefield 3. Okay, Battlefield 3, their lighting, nothing like it. Nothing like it. Battlefield 4 can't even live up to its predecessor. It is much better. And I know this was not created in Battlefield 4. This is just... Now, if that doesn't convince you, look at here. Look familiar? A dinosaur. That's what I thought. They are pretending that this man, American man, I think, they're trying to say that he's new. He's not new, okay? He was main bad guy, or good guy in remember him in Battlefield 3? Okay, let's take a look at there's an interesting thing with the logo here. So it's got the classic lights going on, but what is this? Do you see this? It appears to be being distorted by something. I am wondering, and this is just a stretch, but could the new Watch Dogs game and Battlefield 4 be coming together? Look at this. This is not random. These red lines overlapping, the bright oranges, they are not random. And you'll see this throughout the rest of the video. Okay, here's something new that we just recently got with Naval Strike. If you remember correctly, the boats were not in fact drivable, which is a huge, or the big aircraft carrier not drivable. Huge disappointment. I really enjoyed the good old Battlefield 2 days back when basically the entire game was based around driving the aircraft carrier. I don't know how we lost that. I guess they thought that stupid low-resolution jets and oh my, is that a helicopter? They're okay. Wow, I didn't even look at this in advance. I think DICE might be bringing back choppers. Let's get a better look at this. If I bring, oh, that is now the next big thing is Dragon's Teeth. Now, I'm not sure if Xbox One has this one because I know they get it for some crap like that, but this is not out yet for PC, which I find it interesting that they're already showing some new items from the final push. The final push being where Russia, China, and America all converge in Western Europe. If you look very closely at the dragon, there is in fact an apostrophe. Now what this means is that the dragon, those are his teeth that we're talking about. We're not talking about his cousin or his brother. Personally, on the matter of them adding dragons, I think it's a pretty good possibility. Now I did just notice something very interesting on this man's helmet. At first I thought it was the Chinese symbol for dragon, which, you know, that would really give it away. But I noticed something more interesting. It looks to me like a guy holding a gun. He's like crouching, and he's signaling for you to come over. Now, this could mean many things. This could mean that, he has made a delicious snack and he wants to share it with you. He could be telling you to run away from the dragon that I spoke of. Or maybe, and this may just be maybe, he could be hand signaling you that a dragon is fighting a dinosaur. That's right. I'm thinking this guy is doing sign language for dragon versus dinosaur, if my sign language doesn't fail me. So could this be it? Could DICE be finally adding dinosaurs in addition to dragons that could be fighting? Well, only time will tell. Now next we have Final Stand. Ooh, I am looking forward to this one. Yellow and black construction tape is my favorite thing ever. Here we have the logo for Final Push. Interesting if they use the word stand instead of push. Could be a spelling error. Here's another example of the lies that DICE has been telling us. Look really closely at this trailer. You see it? Here, I'll play it through once. Look familiar? I'll play it again. Now, frame by frame this time. Look at this. What does that tower remind you of? Just think back to the Battlefield 3 days, and what do you think of? Caspian Border Tower. And what is it doing? Oh, there's flames going up and it's oh, wow, I hope it doesn't fall down. What do we have here? Look familiar again. Pipes running along a desert land and a man running through it. Yep, you thought right. Operation Firestorm. This really makes me angry. Here we get another shot of it. That is quite... here's some more Caspian Border. Now, one thing I did notice was this concrete wall here. I don't remember that, but I haven't played it in a while, so... But it's definitely Caspian. I mean, and here's our first look at the new Final Push deal. Are you kidding me? Do they not spell check this thing? They did it again. Okay, but here's our first look. Oh my god, there it is again. That is a very clear shot of a helicopter. I am calling it. They will be returning in the new this Final Stand DLC. This is really exciting for me. I have loved helicopters ever since they first appeared in the Dragon's Teeth DLC. It seems to me that they only are showing off winter maps, or there could only be one, and they're showing off one map in this trailer. This vehicle from Naval Strike, the hovercraft that can go from land to water, we can see here that it also works on ice, which I did not see coming. When I first saw this, I thought, this is your good old classic land vehicle and water vehicle. I did not expect ice to be in the equation. This leads me to wonder, could this little hovercraft eventually adapt the ability to drive across fire itself? Now here is the most exciting part of the trailer, definitely. This thing. What is it? What is it everyone is talking about? What is this thing? And we pass through the tree here, and boom! It is bigger! Do you see that? Here, I'll play it back for you. So, normal sized thing. Passed through a tree. Explosion, boom! Look at how much bigger it is. Now, what does that mean? You may be wondering. I don't know. I don't know. Let's take it. My only speculation is that it has some sort of growing technology. Now, who do you think could have designed this? Well, personally, based on the design, I'm thinking it's a Russian type vehicle. Here's a, if you look closely at the gun in the front of it, clearly a nod to the Russian heavy in the popular Team Fortress 2. Clearly based off of that. So that would explain, you know, the Russian backstory to it. Another thing I noticed about this thing was the way that it spurts out fire. It's kind of weird, but it took me a while to notice it too. You see these holes here on the back? Yeah, watch them closely. You see that? Here, play it. Do you notice how it appears to be spurting out fire? Let's see if I can get a freeze frame of it. What? The first thing that comes to mind is that this is another Team Fortress 2 nod, and a reference to the Pyro, the class that has the ability to shoot fire. I mean, looking at it, it's the only possible explanation for this. This is clearly a nod. Looking back on the size transformation that intrigued me so much. Maybe this could also be a reference to Team Fortress 2. Let's look at it one more time. Now, what does this make you think of when you think of TF2? The spy, right? Because when you spawn as a spy, you are very small, very weak. But the first thing you do, go out into the battle, put on your cloak, no one can see you, you grow twice. You are now 2 times larger than you were before. And look familiar? Does it remind you of that at all? Now that I put it that way? One more time. Now imagine a spy, this being a spy, going out into battle. Just putting on his cloak, right when he goes up the street, watch. Yep. Clear nod, TF2. Here are some of the new weapons. We're going to be taking a look at each and every single one of them. Here we have the M9 pistol, a personal favorite of mine, the M249 sniper rifle, and last but not least, your good old grenade launcher. Here's an interesting thing. What does this grenade launcher look like? A Demo Man grenade launcher. Look at these pods. Those are clearly Demo Man grenades. This is making me wonder. Now, before my conclusion, I want to point out one more thing. If we play back this clip, you see that guy running? Let's watch it frame by frame. Now look closely after this explosion. See this guy? It's your normal guy, right? Get a better look at him. Normal soldier. With a Russian flag. What happens here? He is engulfed in flames and becomes orange. Sound familiar? Yeah. Infamous Second Son may be in this game. You may be able to have electrical, neon, smoke, whatever the powers in that game are. They may be in this game, Battlefield 4. I can't say I saw this one coming. I mean, 2 different developers, 2 different publishers. I can't say I saw this coming. Now, I know some of you out there must be doubting my thoughts on the TF2 references, but I'm thinking more. What if a Team Fortress 2 crossover is planned in the future? Huh? I mean, we've already seen it with Call of Duty and The Predator, and just in this trailer alone, we've seen a nod to Watch Dogs and a nod to Infamous Second Son. Now, I don't know if these are planned crossovers or if they're just references themselves, but I think the most likely to play a major part in the gameplay of Battlefield 4 will be Team Fortress 2. I mean, guns, characters, 3D, it's like they're the same game. So I'll be looking forward to Final Push having some Teamwork 2 characters in them. And maybe we'll even get some Battlefield 4 hats in TF2. Thank you all for watching, and here's to hoping for a brighter future with Battlefield 4 hats.